Hello and welcome. My name is Alex McMichael, and this is where I document my journey through entrepreneurship, daily struggles, and kind of what I'm doing in my business to get ahead. So, things I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about consistency, showing up regularly, luck, as well as, the things and context around consistency. So, first of all, the biggest thing I've realized with business and entrepreneurship is consistency. So I'm really big on this idea that if you go long enough, as long as there's any improvement at all, you'll eventually get to wherever you want to go. The problem is that your life is only so long, so you have to improve at a certain rate before you start seeing results. And so how do we take that improvement, bring it closer to you, make it faster, take the pain out of making a bunch of mistakes before doing anything? And from what I hear and what I'm told is most entrepreneurs, the big thing entrepreneurs at that point is they don't actually take action to do anything. And so how can you make the 5 or 10 mistakes that you're going to make before you figure something out if you've never even started? And it's not just one thing. There's 10 different verticals of things you have to figure out before you actually make enough sales to start hiring things out and making it better for other people. And so as long as you keep showing up, doing the same thing, being consistent, and make any form of improvement daily, you're going to eventually win. And so the problem is people see really, really successful businessmen or entrepreneurs, and they're like, oh, they just got lucky. And you know what? The entrepreneurs often also feel, I just got lucky. But what they don't realize is that luck is the junction point of opportunity and preparation. And in order for them to rise to the occasion for whatever opportunity present itself, is they had to show up consistently, kept doing the things they're supposed to do and improving, so that when that opportunity did show up, they were ready to take advantage. Okay, we can't control when the opportunity shows up or what the opportunity is, but we can control whether we're ready for it or not. And then we do that by consistently showing up, improving something every single day, and creating the systems around what you're getting better at, so that other people who you can hire later can step into it and be equally as good. And so at the beginning, you do everything. You do the marketing, you do the sales, you do the fulfillment, and you have to be okay with that, and you have to be medium good at it. Otherwise, it's all gonna suck. But the cool thing is that you can have $1 million business by yourself and really not be that great at a handful of things. And so it's really easy to supercharge your business past that point by hiring out to people that like doing the thing you hate. If you hate accounting, if you hate bookkeeping, then that's the first person you need to hire, because then that takes bandwidth and stuff off of your plate, so you can go do the things that you're good at. And as the entrepreneur, your business structure in general is going to tend to be really good at whatever you're really good at, because you're going to have a lower threshold for awful people, because you know what good looks like already. And if you suck at something else, it's gonna be more allowable for them to suck, because you're not gonna know any better because you suck. They're better than you. So being able to hire something that you suck at out to someone else makes the business better as a whole. And so then at a certain point in the business, it becomes not how well can you do, not how, but who, right? So who can you hire that's stellar? And so if you're good at sales, if you're super good at sales and know how to sell, your organization is inherently going to be really good at sales. But say you suck with technology, then that's where you need to find a superstar with technology who can then, drip down onto every other person you hire. And that's not to say that the first person you need to hire needs to be, A1 superstar. They can be just good enough, because that gets stuff off your plate, and you can still grow the business through these other avenues that you're already good at. And so there's different echelons of what you're doing. And at the start, it's just like a total grind. That's why you probably hear from other creators who are in the entrepreneur space, it's like the first $100,000 is the hardest thing. And it's because you have to get good at such a wide array of things. And it's not until you're good at a lot of them that you're actually going to make enough sales to get to that 100,000 mark. But once you start generating that revenue, you don't have to be good at that. Like if you're an investor and you just have $1 million, you can just hire somebody who is a star to run whatever business. And this is the whole Virgin community. The airline, they have a financial company, they had a cruise ships at once, and what he said is that I don't have to know anything about these things. What he'll do is he'll go to the number 2 guy just under the CEO under an already functioning business like Carnival Cruise, and he'll just pitch them, hey, what do you think about starting a cruise company? He's already got the millions of dollars, so he can fund the hiring out and building the team to create that next big thing. And he just needs the know-how and the person who's already good at this stuff. And so you can shortcut having to be good at all these things by just hiring someone who's already good at that. You already know they're a superstar, because how else would they rise so high in this other organization that's already doing the thing that you want to do if they weren't good? And so right now, like if you don't have money and you don't have skills, what you do have is time. And the way that you get better and the way that you create success for yourself is by spending that time. How do you spend that time? On getting skills that are good enough so that you can generate enough money so that you can start leveraging the two things, which is use money to grow the business, which there's lots of ways to do that. You can just throw money at ads over and over and over. You can throw free gifts out to your customers. There's plenty of ways to burn money. And if you have enough, you could even go down the hiring route and just like immediately build out the team and be okay with burning a pile of cash until the business is successful and it's got its feet under it. And that's a skill, like pulling in investors to do that for you. Like if you're just good at talking to investors, talking about the opportunity of what's going on in the business, you can use somebody else's money to do that. But if you suck at that and you have no money and you can't pay anybody to hire them, you have to get good at the thing, whatever it is. So if I need to get really good at talking to investors so I can use their money so I can build the team, that's one way. Do you need to get really good at selling in your business so you can actually, sell whatever it is? Do that. Do I need to get really good at fulfilling whatever this thing is so that, people come back and I have good word of mouth? Do that. Do I need to get really good at marketing because my sales and my fulfillment's already great? I just need more people to come in the pipeline so that I could sell more things? Okay. And see, like, the whole this gets really overwhelming because there's so many things, there's so many options. And the thing about school and the way that we're raised up is like there's always one right answer, but in business there's not a one right answer. It's how well did you answer this question? How well did you solve this problem? And you get paid directly correlated to how well you solve that problem. And the way that you solve problems better is you get better. You get better people. You figure out ways to add value. And as long as you can add value and as long as you're consistent and show up, your business is going to grow. In most businesses, as long as you just do what you say you're going to do, you can get to the $1 million mark. It's not that hard. You just have to be the person that you would expect from someone else when you pay the same amount of things that you're asking other people to pay. And it's okay to suck. Just be consistent and make improvements over a long enough time horizon. You're gonna win. That's all I got for today. Thanks for listening.